Welcome back to Living Single with Carm and Tasha. I am Carmelita.
And I am Tasha.
Well, hello, Tasha. How are you today?
I am good, Carmelita. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. It is a nice 78-degree day over here in Florida, Tampa,
Rub it
Florida.
in, rub it in.
Hey.
It's a nice cloudy 49 degrees here in Las
Oh,
Vegas.
yeah. That's what I left there last week. We spent New Year's together, and I'm so glad that I'm back here in my Florida environment. Welcome to Living Single with Carm and Tasha. We are besties and bi-coastal besties now, but we are besties and we are living single, truly living single. I don't even want to say how old I am. I'm a 60-year-old woman, just turned 60, grown children, grandchildren. My grandchildren will be 12. Believe it or not, they will be 12 next week. So my oldest grandchildren. So I'm getting up there, but I'm still kicking it, looking for that next mate. I have been married twice. And so here we go again. So I'm not really looking for a husband, but I am looking. So that's my story. What's yours, Tosh?
I am also looking for my mate. I have been single for 13 years. I've dated off and on over the years and end up right where I'm at, still single. And I've been married actually 3 times, twice to the same man. And that was a no-no. Won't ever do that kind of thing again. So no, I'm not really looking for a husband, but I am looking for my mate. I'm looking for my partner, my best friend, my everything, my ride or die. And I know he's out there, and 2023 is the year to find him, or let him find me.
Sure, what you
Something.
talking about?
But so
It's hard out
hopefully
here.
we
It's
find what
hard
we're
out.
looking for.
It's hard out here for a pimp, I tell you.
That
So,
is true.
and so Tasha and I were talking, and we have these conversations because we, like I said, on the phone all the time, yapping, as we women do, and girlfriends. So we got to tell each other everything that's going on. So we shooting each other pictures and things like that. But anyway, we were talking one day, and we said we got to put this on a podcast. Exactly, our family was listening to us and saying that we needed to record this. So
Yeah.
And so we're making a podcast on what it is to live single here in the 2023 year. And so we're going to delve into that a lot with this podcast. And we're going to have, if you want to come on, we're going to maybe have some panels and discuss what it is, because it really is. It's different now to be single, especially after COVID, when we were stuck in the house and now trying to get back out. I don't know what it's like out there in Vegas. I mean, I was out there, we did go out, but it was still not a lot of people out like I'm used to, on the local side of it.
So I don't really know. It's been a minute. I started when I say I've been single 13 years, I dated off and on, but then I stopped dating for several years, just stopped altogether. And then when I started back, I got sort of involved with someone that was on not the straight and narrow with me. So anyways, I didn't really date a whole lot. Now here I go. I'm ready. I don't know what Vegas is going to be about, but I'm ready to find out. And I'm ready to get out there.
Find out what that means.
But I want somebody local. I really do. I don't want to have to go, a couple 100 miles down the road to see you. I want you.
Yeah, I'm all about the local. I mean, I don't mind driving. Florida's good. There's a lot of places you can go to Florida, and you can move around a little bit. It's a little bit different because Vegas is there by themselves. You got LA and Phoenix. Phoenix 5 miles.
Right. Yeah, I'm not trying to do all that.
We got small. I can get to somebody in 30 minutes, 50 minutes, 40 minutes, all going all different.
See, I'm good with like Pahrump, Boulder City, which is
who the hell's in
little distance.
Boulder City?
But I don't want nobody there like this. That's some coyotes out there.
Shut up. So what we're gonna do now, as we're talking about this, we said we're gonna put this in a format of a series, at least our first set of podcasts out there. And we're going to do a series because we need to find out what we really want. Because I'm all into self-development. I'm a Tony Robbins gurus student and all that. And then the thing he teaches you, and I learned too, you got to know what you want in order to get it. So putting out a plan, we're going to figure out what that is we want. So, we were talking, as we always do. And I'm like, we always know what we want. I want this and I want that. And, and usually when I date, I try to figure out what that other person, I try to tell them. I'm trying to get more transparent and upfront and communicate better. So I always say what I want. I don't know. What are you doing? Are you
I
so
usually do too. I tell them what I want, and so they don't always really like hearing what I want, because what I want is not really what they're looking for. And that's the difficult part right now
that
is
means you're with the wrong person.
right. And that's why I'm still single, because I
Right.
haven't found the one that wants the same things that support.
No,
They
I
claim
always get
that
the
they
ones
want
that,
those. And
yeah,
and here's the thing,
the
Carm always
represent,
comes
they
and
say the
says to me is,
representative.
I'm bad about saying, I'm quick to say, I'm not gonna do this, or I don't want that. And Carm's like, you've got to look at it differently. And so maybe I do, and I've been thinking about that the last week, like she keeps telling me you can't do that. And that's
You gotta
where
not, you can't say what you, because that's a turn off for me when somebody says what they don't want. You got to tell me what you want, because I'm
want
not trying to be not what you're not. I'm not
right.
that, but I want to be what you want. So, and when so I kind of have this thing when I say what I say I ask somebody what are their 5 must-haves, and I ask what my 5 must-haves, and typically I say I'm an attention hoe, so I need you got to give me attention. And the most successful relationship I have with Ben, where we both broke that attention thing kind of thing. Then I always say you got to be active, and you got to be able to have a conversation, and you got to be, and you got to be. You like to dress and have a suave, and you gotta like the music and party. I got all these personality must-haves. So so that's what I do, and that's what I try to get back. And it's always, and see, the thing is, then you have the representative, because once whoever the first person that reveals their must-haves, the other person gonna say the same thing, because they trying to, and they ain't even being
Trying to
real.
match you that way, and it's hard. Yeah, so it don't ever work. Like yesterday, for instance, I had the same situation. What is it you want? So he lists all these things he wants. Well, of course, those same things that I want, or vice versa. It happens all the time. But my must have is the communication. The quality time, spending time with me. You can't just make me a convenience. I want your time. That is something important to me. And then your friendship. Your yeah, that it's hard to find. And look, I'm gonna tell you, you got to have a job, and you've got to have a car, and you've got to have a
But see, at my age, I'm 60, so I'm a little older. So God damn it,
right.
if you ain't that ain't no that ain't I ain't gonna
I'm
say
even
that.
open to you being retired, but you cannot expect me to be what's going to support.
No, yeah, that's why that ain't even gonna be no Mustang.
That's not a thing. And and there's guys out there that really is looking for someone to support them. Well, look, I'm no cougar. And not like that. I'm not, what do they call them?
That's cougar. Well, if
Well, no,
you're
there's
older
another name
than
too, a baby.
if you're older than the man, you're a cougar.
Yeah, and they want to be sugar babies or some stuff like that.
Yeah, or you can be a sugar mama.
Oh yeah, I'm not a sugar mama.
Because I'm now too old to get a sugar daddy unless I get somebody about 80, that's just and that ain't gonna happen no more, I guess. Well, but anyway, back to the task at hand. Figured out what we want. And we were talking, and then I was like, Tasha, have you ever done, what would be a great idea? Have you ever done the 5 love languages? And can try to figure that and see if that is comparing, because that's very good data. And I'm all for these discs, and I take all these kind of personality tests anyway, because I like to know who I am. And so I said, I've taken it years ago. Even one of the guys I was dating for a while, he was into it. He knew about it. And so we kind of compared, and it kind of worked, but of course it didn't work, because I'm still Mr. Fisherman. Anyway, so we decided to take the test. And so we took the test one night while we were together during the New Year's holiday. And what we discovered was mine to me was a little bit different. It was different than the one I took maybe a couple of years ago, number one. So that means I've evolved, changed, grown, all of those above, which is perfect, because 2 years ago, I was a little pitiful soul trying to recover from something that was crazy. So anyway, I'm going to read mine. And I want to, we're going to share. I'm going to see what yours are, Tosh. We're going to compare ours to each other as friends, because we have a love relationship as well as friends, but also to find out how they really compare. Mine, number one, I'm like a third, and then almost a quarter. My most important thing is physical touch. That's 33% of what I want. And I'm kind of shy because I don't like to be touched, but then I kind of do. So I don't know. That's weird. That's different for me because I'm more of, I thought it used to be quality time, but it's not that more because maybe I'm a loner. But that physical touch is what's your number one?
Mine's quality time is
Oh,
mine.
see, mine used to be quality time. And now it's physical touch because I pulled up my old one and my number one old one was quality time. And maybe that was what I was looking for. Physical touch says a person whose primary language is physical touch is, not surprisingly, very touchy. Hugs, pats on the back, and thoughtful touches on the arm. They can be ways to show excitement, concern, care, and love. Physical presence and accessibility are crucial, while neglect or abuse can be unforgivable and destructive. Appropriate and timely touches communicate warmth, safety, and love to you. So, and maybe I'm looking for that warmth, safety, and love.
And
I
that's your
know
number
I'm
one.
changing. I'm involved in because a couple of years ago I was hardcore. Because when you're getting out of divorce and and I was out here by myself trying to make it, and my life wasn't good to me at the time. I kind of evolved. And so I needed quality time because I need you to prove to me that you wanted to be with me, kind of thing. Now I guess physical touch because I'm out here by myself so much that I'm kind of maybe needing physical touch. So, and then considering what I've been going through recently, maybe that's kind of why I answered that. So what did your quality time mean to you?
Quality time is nothing says I love you like full understanding, undivided attention, being there for this type of person is official. I mean, it's critical, but really being there with the TV, being there with the TV off kind of thing, sorry, this thing is not one.
You can't read today. No. But anyway, so
No, this right here.
so what is
Anyways,
so quality time? So that's on
basically you want that undivided attention, and that's what I want. Like, I'm tired of it, like you want that when you're with that person, you want their time, their time. You want to be able to spend time with one another and not somebody being focused on
my
anything
quality
else.
time was third for me.
And mine's actually number one, and that's 27% for me.
What's your physical touch?
My physical touch is number two. And that one is, let's say, hold on, I don't know what that.
That's just physical
touch.
touch.
Oh, physical touch. Sorry, physical touch is 27% for me.
And see, acts of service is my number two, and that's 27%.
And quality time, sorry, quality time was 30% for me. And physical touch is 27.
Acts of service is 27. And can helping with homework really be an expression of love? Absolutely. Anything you do to ease the burden of responsibilities weighing on an acts of service person will speak volumes. The words he or she most wants to hear, let me do that for you. Laziness, broken commitments, and making more work for them tell speakers of this language their feelings don't matter. When others serve you out of love and not obligation, you truly feel valued and loved. And that is true. I like acts of service, and that is not doing something that, especially like easing my burden. And that's one of the things I think I miss from being single, from being in a relationship. Because most of it, when I'm in a relationship, I don't choose but quality people. And those relationships, those real relationships that I've had, even my marriages, both of my marriages, where that was important to me. And both of my husbands were able to, I guess that's why they lasted so long, because they were able to do that different ways. There were different men, but even, and even relationships, it's not what you do. I mean, even my relationship with my son, he is very giving. Anyway, you know how giving Nathaniel is. It's not that. It's just he thinks about things that I need or want. Things that I remember. My ex. He, we had different work schedules, and one of the things he would do is he would just come home when he would have like a candy bar, because he knew I love chocolate, Hershey bars. He would leave a candy bar, not expensive, but those acts of service. Or let me go put the gas, fill up your tank while you're getting dressed. You need gas, and that was one of the things that every man I meet, I tell him, You know what I miss about being in a relationship? Somebody helped to in my car stuff. And as a woman, I just don't like being bothered with a damn car.
And
So
I've never really had that, so I don't know how that
I
feels.
have, and I love it. And but that's what the men that I meet now don't have. That they don't read me. Really a man to me, and that's by doing things for me. And I think that they see me when I say, I got, and they remember things, or they, do little things for me. That's important. And so I feel
See, I
like
never really did. I
that
never
and physical
really
touch
had
actually
that.
go hand in hand. And
Yeah, true,
it's
they
not
do. And I've
it's
never
not
really
the
had it.
amount, it's just that little thing.
It's the little
You know,
things, and then when I say I never really had it, that's I was always the one to do that, not be
but
the
see,
receiver of that.
it's good. Wait a minute. But wait, if you never had it, if you have it and then you both do it at the same time, that's what it really is a great thing. Is
And I
that
think
it's a great
sometimes,
thing.
like I've had a few that
I've
I'm like,
had it.
look, I got it myself. And that's because that's all I've ever known is I've got it myself. And I've got to learn that sometimes let somebody else do it for me, but I'm so quick I got it myself.
I mean, so your active service is what number?
My active service is actually the fourth one for me.
Oh wow, mine's the second.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
because like I said, but that's just my love language. And
and that's
anybody,
only 13%. That's because I'm not used to it.
but that may not be. But see, that's not your language. That doesn't do it for you. I mean, as much as because quality time does it for you. Somebody says that they want to spend, let's do something
Yeah.
all day. And see, quality time really is number 3 for me, and
Mhm.
that's because I like this. I'm an extroverted introvert.
Right.
I would rather be alone 90% of my time. And and that's just
You know me, I'm
so
totally opposite. I want to be with
no, I mean, I
somebody
like
all
being
the
with
time.
people, but like I was out last night and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. Cause I like people and I'm very outgoing, which is crazy.
Yes.
That's why,
Mhm.
and it took me a long time to understand that I'm an extroverted introvert. I, I'm really not an extrovert because I really am a hermit. I can be in a house for days. I can be in a house for days on end and don't even have to talk. I can go without talking to people, not
Oh
answering
yeah,
my
me too.
phone.
But I like being around people and I
Mhm.
want that interaction. And
I
I don't
like it
get it.
just for a little bit. I
I
don't
don't
have a
get
huge, I don't have a huge friend circle. I know a lot of people and I have a lot of friends, but I don't have a close. I mean, I can. That's and then
Look, I may not see nobody for hell a month or two. I mean, for real, like it's just
well, because I go to work. That's the only reason why, and that's
mhm.
the good thing about me having a job where I have to go to the office.
And me working at home, it's I don't see the outside world. I only see
What's your number of your number 3? Because if
my
quality
my my,
time,
my number 3 is words of affirmation.
that's number 4 to me.
And then number 5 for me is receiving gifts. And
Mine's is words of affirmations. It says actions don't always speak louder than words. If this is your love language, unsolicited compliments mean the world to you. You like to be saying, hey, baby. Hearing the words I love you are important. Hearing the reasons behind that love sends your spirit skyward. Insults can leave you shattered and not easily forgotten. You thrive on hearing kind and encouraging words that build you up. And I don't give a shit what nobody says.
I don't care what they think about me, but to
No,
hear
I'm saying
that
what they
to me is
say.
nice.
I
Well,
don't
no,
need.
but I like it, and
I don't. I don't
and
care.
then now as far as
See,
receiving
remember, I'm
gifts,
from Missouri. I'm from Missouri. The Michelle
right?
was.
Show
So
me.
you can
See, I'm the
say all.
volunteer.
You can say all that shit you want to say. Words. I can hear you talking, but I can't. Show me. And that's where acts of service. See that that isn't that strange how we're different? And
Yeah.
I didn't even know that because words of an affirmation. You can say, show me how you feel.
Well,
Show me.
no, that I am big on show me better
But
than you can
no,
tell me.
but according to your test, we
True,
flip.
according to my test.
You
But
are,
I guarantee you that like I've always been like right
yeah,
now,
but
you know,
according to that test, you might read one to me.
maybe
According
according
to
to
that
that
test,
test, but like just for instance, just yesterday, I mean, people can tell me all day how much they care about me or how much they love me, but it is them showing me overall that they do it. And I think that's where I'm at right now. That's why I'm single, because like nobody ain't showing me. They don't show me, they don't tell me. And so I've come to where I don't expect it at all.
Well, good. It's kind of hard. My number one is physical touch, and if you're single, that's a hard one to fulfill. If you're alone, how you gonna get some physical touch? Except,
hey, baby.
Sometimes, and I have done that. Give myself a hug. Give yourself a hug.
Well, that's like the ones that want to do the long distance relationship. I don't understand it, because like that's hard.
You know, I've done that too.
I've done it too, but it's hard.
Well, you remember, how did I get to Tampa?
Right.
I'm a mess. Y'all, I am a mess sometimes.
Jason,
I got to throw my plug in. Wait a minute. I got to throw my plug in. No, I'll wait for later to throw my plug in. But anyway, my plug, my plug. But so both of us have receiving gifts as the last love language.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that doesn't mean anything to us. Now, I like acts of service, but I don't need to see a gift.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not. I can, because
that's know what, where I'm at.
Wait. You know why receiving gifts ain't no important? Because we are single, have been very, very independent, self-supporting, do our own thing kind of people. So when you're that do your own thing, and whether it's a man or a woman, you're gonna get the receiving gifts. Don't mean shit, because whatever I need to receive, if I really want it,
I can go get it. Yeah. And that's where I was sort of like a few minutes ago, I was getting it sort of, not confused, but backwards, because really that's what it is. I don't need your gifts, but I do need you to. You're going to tell me,
Yeah, it's the gifts that neither one of us need. Mine is 3%. So that's really bad. I don't need shit. That's even bad, because that's the hardness of me, because I'm very, and everybody know I'm hard, and everybody thinks I'm hard work. I'm the career woman. I'm the one that knows my stuff, and and all of that, and especially being by myself out here in this. I decided I wanted to be out here, and I love being out here, but I'm by myself. It makes you hard. And when you're hard, you kind of don't have any softness. And that's, that's not in any of this. And maybe where that physical touch turns in, I realize that I need some softness, and that's what I'm missing. And that's what that love language would speak to me right now, which is different than what I had before, because I shut myself off from dating. Now, when I first moved out here, you know what I was doing. I was all over the place. I was serial dating. I was out there. I mean, not necessarily involved.
That was me a few years ago.
And so I had that physical touch, because I was, I was going this one, I was hanging out with that one and all that. And now I flipped it, and I've been, because I did this.
That's where I'm at. I did that a few years back, and
when I did my self journey, and I've come a long way to evolve to where I am, because I was kind of broken almost. And then I got broken after broken after broken, not only just the divorce, but the losing the jobs and the whole kind of crap. So I was kind of there, and then I had to rebuild, and I said, I'm not dating anybody. I'm not trying to look for somebody. And I didn't. I mean, I kind of did off and on, and I met some people, but I wasn't ready. And now those people, and which is funny, because I'm going over that later, but I had a message like that because I wasn't ready. So I think because I think about some of the quality men that I've met in the last maybe 2 to 3 years while I've been single. Some of them could have been potential. I go, and they could have been if I would not, So we're going to talk about all of this as we go along in this podcast, because we can get deep into this, really. And
yes,
I know
we really could.
Some of you probably have a different perspective as well, because each of us has a different perspective. And we'd love to get some of these men, these grown men, mature men, because you're the same way. I have friends, I know I have family or people I know, men that are single and say the same thing, I have
it's both ways.
I got a coworker, he's a cool ass guy, he's not for me, he's younger, he's not, I'm not physically attracted to him, but he would be a good guy for somebody. And he's out there doing the same thing. We talk about what we doing on the weekend. What you doing? I'm nothing, girl. I'm going to the grocery store. I mean, we do the same thing, you know. So we need, you know, we'd like to have some perspective, you know, some different
Different,
perspective.
correct, yeah.
And you know, and so now that we know what our love language is, I'm going to kind of keep this in mind because I'm back there out on the dating thing. I'm on the prowl. I'm on
On
the
the
prowl.
prowl.
Prowl, girl.
No, I think I know.
Girl, let me tell you, I done joined Black People Meet again. I'm on Facebook dating. I'm on
I'm on
state. I'm
Facebook
limited to
dating.
two. I'm limited to two. So, okay. So
So I'm
we
only on one
did
right now. I'm
close
gonna have
out.
to give me a second one then.
I'm doing two. But we're going to close out this whole episode on what we really want because that's very important. Like we said, it's important to us, and we're going to keep this series going. Our next episode we're going to release next week will be delving into our standards. Our standards too high. We're too picky, you know, because I've got standards.
Standards
I got
versus
my five.
compromise.
We've already talked about 5 must-haves that I always talk about. My standards are kind of high. You got to at least make more money than I do. And the hell, I'm sorry. Or at least have a career. I mean, at 60 years old, as a 60-year-old man, I can't say, what do you do for a living? They go, well, I did. No. You know, I'm a craftsman. I work for the post office. You know, I did something, damn it, at 60. But anyway, we're going to go over that, comparing our high standards to compromise. What are we willing to give up? What are you going to compromise? So that's that. But as we close this out, we want to add just a little segment to our episode of podcast that we want to add. And we're going to talk about our dating, our Facebook dating, and our Black People Meet dating, and what's going on with our dating profiles. So like, Tasha, you're on what are you on? I'm
just on Facebook dating right now. That's all I'm on. And that right there, oh goodness, hold on. I was trying to get, I'm gonna do it now.
I just joined Black People Meet on Wednesday. And the first person, now this person I dated, he's the one that was the one that talked about if you watch our intro, the guy that he actually is right here on the screen now. But when I went through, I mean, I started on Wednesday and I started popping. So, you know, I think I still got it. And I got my little edited photos on there and got a little cute profile because I really talk and Facebook dating. I have a different profile. This one, Black People Meet, I went all out. I explained what I want. I said, I'm a paid subscriber. So I want them to know that I'm going to message you and you can message me because I'm real. What are your intentions? I'm telling my intentions. We're going to go out. I'm telling them what I'm looking for, blah, blah, blah. So it's funny that one of the guys, some of them are new and they're interesting. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to see what's going to happen. So we're going to follow these Facebook dating. But I want to let you know that one of these guys that I dated, and you know, he found me back on there. That don't happen. They always find you. You know, he dated. We were dated. He disappeared. We dated. We disappeared. Well, he would date, and then I want you to be my woman. I read you the text message this morning. Then I didn't hear from him for 2 weeks, and then it'd be like, oh, don't call me a jerk. This happened and this happened. I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh, okay, because I ain't tripping. I really ain't tripping. I don't be tripping. Anyhow, so then they do it again. So I'm like, okay. So now this is what he said. Talking about hello, beautiful. Long time no see. Said, I miss you. I think I'm ready for you now. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Now you ready for me. Okay. That's my message of the week. So we're gonna see. Now, this is a man. He had this shit together. Like, really together. Like, really together. And I sent you the picture this morning, right? What I call him? Mr. Handsome. And us together, he thought I was beautiful, and I thought he was handsome. We had some fireworks too. So I don't know. I might have to check him out. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna update y'all next week. What's going on with you, Tosh?
Oh goodness, let's pull these guys up. There's some hilarious ones, you know. Like this one straight out of nowhere. He tells me right here, where is he at? Barely even says hello. The next, he's like, tells me his name, which I'm not going to say here, but then tells me how beautiful I am and says, I'm interested in getting to know you. Before I can reply, he says, hey, I want you to be my woman. like, you're not giving me even a chance. And then I start saying
What do
stuff.
you say? What do you say? Yeah, no, they love that being your woman, already.
Yeah, and then I tell him that what you and I are going to do, that we're going to have this content on here. I'm sort of like giving him like a spill of what you and I are going to do, because I want anybody to know that I'm dating, that I'm doing this. And I won't disclose who they are here, but I definitely I'm doing this. And his response was, "Do you mean the sex contents?"
No, fool. I ain't doing no sex shit on no damn internet. Don't bring me some internet, some sex.
I know that's not all his
In
messages,
my
but that
man.
is part
Now, I
of them.
mean, I just want to disclaimer. This is not, we ain't doing no sex content on here. This is living single. We live.
Right, we are living. We are
And
not
my
having
sex and
sex.
I'm old school, and I'm a lady, and I do that shit from the old school way where we keep that in the bedroom. What's in known in the bedroom
That's
between
it.
gotta be explaining everything. So anyway, but girl, let me tell you,
Where's this
I got
one?
a potential. I got a potential. We're gonna update you next week on it. Here's this man.
But let me tell you about this.
Not bad. He's close. He's close by. He lives 20 minutes away in the close. And he says, "How are you, pretty woman? You look real good." I said, "Thank you." And yeah, and he don't look too bad. So he's a cop because he got on a badge, and it's not no security guard badge. It's a cop badge. But then
Oh,
but he's frowning. Ugh.
yeah, they do.
Dating profiles. Y'all need to crisp up y'all's dating profiles, because that's what I'm back on here. Y'all need to crisp up your dating profiles. Better pictures. Men, please. None of these laying out like this. You ain't cute. If you 67 years old, you don't need to be going around with no chest out.
Chest out. Your chest
And
hanging out.
bed photos, laying
No.
in bed photos. Y'all
The best
men.
ones are don't be posting pictures of you in your Speedos.
Or
That
even
is
just
not attractive.
no, or just even them damn in the back with the bare chest. I mean, with the shirt off. I mean, nobody want to see that shit. I mean, that's for the bedroom.
Yep, there are certain things that you do, and there's certain places for that, and this is not the place for
Good
that.
Lord.
Oh yeah,
So
they do the most on there,
they
and
do. So we do the most too, and I
oh, they do.
understand the women be doing the most. I'm getting ready to get involved. So we're gonna get I'm gonna get some interaction.
Well, I do have a lot of
You know,
responses, like
I'm ready for interaction, so I'm really gonna do the most. So I'm gonna offer some coffee dates and all that. If you live in Tampa, we're gonna do some coffee dates, some having drinks after work date, just to see if we like each other. Because a friend is good too. A friend in need is a friend in need. Whatever. So
that is.
I think that's about time. I think our time probably needs to be at a close. So we have enjoyed this conversation. I have. So
Yep.
we are we're gonna take this the next step further in our next episode. We're gonna take this the next step further in our next episode, which would be standards, high standards versus
compromise.
Think about it. Please feel free to like, comment, share, give us your feedback, because this is a new format, and this is gonna be a public format, and we're just gonna share with you. We're gonna have some guests. We've already had some people that want to come on as guests. We come back, and like I said, come back next week. Feel free to turn on your notifications, and you have a great week. Let's do this. It's Saturday. Let's do it. I might go kick it tonight. I'm gonna go to the beach and hang out for a minute. So what are you doing tonight, Tash?
What am I doing? I got grandkids tonight, so I'm stuck in the house. There's no fun tonight. Not personal. Not as world's in full effect.
All righty, girl.